Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Again, welcome to Midvale Speedway. It is the 2013 season ender, the Budweiser Fall Classic, getting ready to go here tonight. Very good field of late models for the Budweiser All-Star Showdown Twin 25-lap features. Green for the modifieds. That's why the late models not running heats tonight, because of their double features coming up later tonight as they prepare pit side for those 50 green flag laps. And we're ready. First race of the night is underway. Todd Ripley and Tad Grove go across the line at the green. 00 of Ripley on the bottom line, and we're going to have a caution flag. Yellow flag is out for a failed start. 00 of Ripley had a little bit of an advantage coming to the green, so caution is out. Turn 4, green is out. Down into the first corner we go. Side by side off of turn number 2, the 3-car of Grove with the advantage down the backstretch into the third corner. Ripley trying to fight back of the low lane. He does pull back up to the door. Grove wheeling it in the outside lane. He'll lead lap number 1. Tries to close the door on Ripley. Not quite clear. 1 down, 7 to go. Fast heat for the Summit Racing Economy Modifieds. Good action up front. Top 4 positions going at it. Also for 5th, Walker and McClintock. Leading the way at the stripe that time was Ripley, fighting back Grove. He's losing some ground though. Grove sliding back. Also running in the compact division. Watch him in a number 3 compact later tonight. Grove sideways. Green has to check up to avoid contact. And now we're single file for the top 4 spots. Locking up the tires was Green. Now checking up was McClintock to avoid contact. And we're going to be halfway this time. 4 laps in, 4 to go, and Sibla on the move in the 82.
Bobby Sibla on his way up to the front at him. He looks like he's going to maybe try him on the high side or duck low here coming out of turn 2. Not a big enough run.
Yeah, Sibla's strong in that 82 car. Grove wasn't able to get it done in the outside lane. He almost had Ripley cleared. Wasn't quite able to do it, but now it is Sibla's turn to make a run at Ripley.
Sibla a little loose going into 1. Looks like he lost just a little bit of ground with the leader there.
Coming to 2 to go this time. 6 laps in, 2 laps to go for the 00 of Ripley, 82 of Sibla, and the 3-car of Tad Grove. There's a battle for 4th. Walker on the inside, Green on the outside. Walker pulling forward, is going to pick up that number 4 spot, though Green continues to battle. White flag is out, 1 to go for Todd Ripley.
Sibla rotating the center so well, just a little bit better than Ripley. Able to get the advantage coming out of 2 here.
Looks like Sibla might be able to do it. They head off into the third corner. The Tom Ertl Racing number 82 of Bob Sibla Jr. going to beat Ripley across the line. Good race. And our Summit Racing Economy Modified, 2nd spot to the 00 of Ripley, 3rd to Tad Grove, 4th to the 30 of Preston Walker. It's been a good one. The 82 pulling to the line. Let's have a nice round of applause for Bob Sibla Jr.
Pretty impressive sprint in that heat race, 8-lap heat race. He came to the front. Watch him in the feature. He ought to be pretty good.
Is that what you're going to do?
Canton Rugby, KK&C Endeavors car. 24 is Sean Kaufman from Ravenna. And 65 is Will Walker, and the number 8 is Rick Sibla. Green flag, 2nd heat for the modifieds, and we're underway. Martyr in his rookie season. Oh, Higgins locks it up, nearly takes Kaufman up into the wall. He's going to loop it around. Martyr just about spins and comes to a stop, and a lot of rookies in this modified division. For the restart, 2nd heat for the Summit Racing Economy Modifieds. Peel and Martyr into the first turn. Martyr up the track. Car didn't turn. Middle of the corner. Big time push. Here comes the number 8 of Rick Sibla to the inside. Sibla drove that car a week ago. Was a bit off the pace down the straightaways with it. Not sure if they've made any adjustments to try to get that one up to speed. He qualified just in the very low 15s earlier tonight. Car does look to be getting down the straightaway a little bit better for Rick Sibla as he closes in that number 3 spot.
The 8 looks to be a little tight in the center, Adam. Maybe a little snappy loose coming out of the corner. I'm not totally sure, but that looks like it could be the case for Rick Sibla.
Last week you could tell in the feature he started from the front row and it faded back with definite engine horsepower lacking. And now he's really working it sideways. Car free in the outside lane as he exits turn number 4. This time it'll be 4 laps in and 4 to go. Chris Peel leading the way. Sean Kaufman 2nd. 3rd, Rick Sibla. 4th, a 65 of Will Walker.
The rookie in the 88 showing him how it's done here in the 2nd heat. Looking pretty good out front.
Yeah, we've got 4 rookies on the track right now in modifieds. The 88, the 24, the 65, and the 25. And Higgins only has about a year and a half experience in the 13. And Sibla, obviously plenty of modified experience over the years, driving a black 63, red 63 over the years in modified competition. The 24 car of Kaufman pressuring the 88 of Chris Peel pretty heavy here down to the final stretch. We had a last lap pass in our first heat, and Kaufman going to try to do the same in our second heat. To the inside off of 4, here comes Sean Kaufman. Kaufman, the Hein Racing, number 24, out of Ravenna, Ohio. Half a lap to go. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it unless he uses the chrome horn down in 3 and 4. Not going to happen. Checkered flag is out. And Chris Peel in elation as he comes across the line with his first career victory. Second spot to the 24 of Sean Kaufman. Third, the number 8 of Rick Sibla, Chris Peel.
Adam, I'm looking around up here, and there's more fans up here for this fall classic this year than I've ever seen in recent memory, at least.
No, we've had some good crowds the last couple of years for our fall classic, and I think one of the big reasons that big trailer race coming up later tonight's heat race for the JD Byrider Pure Stocks. Teddy Oliver thinking about a move to the outside lane. It's going to be Hoopengarner still inside of him. Oliver looking to thread the needle. Opening not there. A little bit of a bobble after some contact from Hoopengarner. Down into the corner we race. Trying to get to the inside lane is Bowling, the rookie in the division this season. It is side by side. Front of the field, 77 of Todd Miller leads the way. Hoopengarner has to check up as the 82 of Bowling comes across in front of him. Oliver now has the outside lane. He was late to the track today. Oliver didn't get a chance to qualify. Car looks to be pretty good here in the heat race.
A little bit of door slamming going on down in 1 and 2. We'll see what Teddy does about it here in 3 and 4.
Yeah, up the banking went the 82 of Bowling coming into the first corner. So Oliver will now go back to the outside lane down into the first turn. Leading the way is Miller. Bowling and Oliver actually slipping back a little bit. Oliver a good run on Bowling this time, down into turn number 3. Bowling up the track, takes Oliver up into the third groove. '77 car of Miller leading the way.
Not a lot of damage on the 49 Oliver as he came by me, Adam. Not too bad.
No, just some cosmetic damage on the rear end of that car. Leading the way is Miller. 5 laps have been completed. Will be 2 to go this time. Officially now in the second spot, the 68 car of Gary Hoopengarner. Bowling heading pit side of the 82. Hoopengarner, 68 in second. Oliver in third.
Pretty stretched out here, Adam. Looks like Gary Hoopengarner may be catching the 77 just a little bit here. Well, never mind.
As he runs out of time, right? Checkered flag waving as the 77 of Miller picks up the heat race victory. And I do agree, the 68 car of Hoopengarner looking pretty decent. Todd Miller. In the Barnhill Investment Storage, Wilkin Body Shop, Talati Pipe, Summerdale Inn, Linden Tree, and Bucky Mowing, number 77. Put your hands together for the veteran, Todd Miller.
I'm disappointed in you, Ritter. You didn't even know the checkered flag was coming out.
Hey, and he didn't cover it up smoothly either. He didn't say as they come to the checkered he was closing. He just was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, he needs to stick to the job over here that he does with me on our nice little PA show over here.
Coming to green off of turn number 4. Ready for the opening start of our compact fast heat race. The 69 of Dan Bucky, the number 5 of Max McCartney, and we're underway.
Jeffrey Orr looked like he wanted to take it 3 wide, but thought better of it there going into 1.
Watch the power kick in on the 8 of Orr and the 31 car. Grove on the backstretch, letting off middle of the backstretch just so they don't run into the cars in front of them. Got some of those dual overhead cams going, and a little bit of contact between Justin Rinneker and the 175 and the number 8 of Jeffrey Orr. Grove, who has dominated lately since getting that 31 car back from the Vassalou and Chryslip Racing team earlier this season. Just having it the last couple of weeks, and he's back to dominating in this division. It's Grove looking to the outside of McCartney. McCartney gives him room, and now a battle for the lead. Top qualifier, Kyle Grove on the outside of Max McCartney for the #1 position.
Mad Max wanted to shut him off there, didn't he?
Almost. Probably didn't know he was coming out there that quickly and gave him room on the front stretch. Grove was tentative just in case as Grove goes into the lead on the front stretch.
Kyle Grove carrying the onboard for Neo Racing News this week in the 31.
He called it
Look
Neo
out.
too.
Look out on the back stretch. I got a little hairy as the 175 of Renneker made some contact with the 8 car of Jeffrey Orr. Orr did a nice job. Orr did a nice job to avoid getting in the outside retaining wall.
Orr headed pit side. Looks like he's probably going to change his boxer shorts. Oh, maybe not. He fooled me.
Nope, he's good to go. For the #3 position on the outside lane is the #3 of Kyle Rector, filling in for Tad Grove. And it will be Rector taking away the 3rd spot. McCartney off the pace in the #5. McCartney drops off the pace in the #5 car. Heading through turns 3 and 4. Orr does go to the pits in the 8. He and Renneker have both gone pit side. Kyle Grove leading the way, 6 of the scheduled 8 complete. And McCartney having some engine issues possibly. Car off the pace on the front stretch. White flag this time, 1 to go for the 31 of Kyle Grove.
Yeah, Adam, we noticed the 8 of Orr was having some problems a little bit before that, before he got up into the, almost got into the fence off of turn #2, so maybe some engine issues with him also.
Coming to the checkered off of turn #4 will be the 31 of Kyle Grove, finishing second the #3 of Kyle Rector. Dan Bucky's going to bring home the 3rd spot by about a half car length over the 36 of Rich Dunlap. He did pick up a few wins in the other car he drove this season. Your winner in car 31, Kyle Grove. The Affordable Towing, Greg's Recovery, South Philly Pizza #31. He's picked up 4 feature wins on the season and another heat race win tonight.
Yeah, did you see Ritter called him Neo Racing News also?
That's all right. 57, Mike Swaney, and the 09 of Wes Ennis, and the green is out. As they race down into the 3rd corner, the 41 of Tim Frederick leads the way. Schreffler in the 2nd spot. Look out. 158 of Jimmy Beatty getting a little contact from behind. Waylon Orr, Braden Swaney racing around to the outside lane. Frederick, Schreffler, McLean, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd pulling away. 3 wide battle for the #4 spot. Swaney just nowhere to go up in that 3rd lane, drops back into line. Frederick leading at the conclusion of lap #2. Pretty good racing in our heat races here tonight. Side-by-side action continues. Schreffler slipping back a car length into the #3 spot.
Hey, Adam, do we have anybody competing for that extra money from NEO Racing News? Winning the double in the compacts here at Midvale and tomorrow up at Barberton.
It all depends on who wins tonight. And if the winner of the compact feature tonight decides to go to Barberton tomorrow and run and wins, it's going to be $125 that he'll get additional to the $300 for the win, because $75 has also been put up by JF Transmissions. Leading the way, the 41 car of Tim Frederick. 2nd is McLean. 3rd is Schreffler. Not anymore. Waylon Orr, who picked up a feature win a couple of weeks ago in a B feature, has moved up into 3rd. Good run for Jimmy Beatty, making his racing return tonight. The brother of Dale Beatty for the 5th position with Braden Swaney.
All these driver changes got me confused. That used to be the Cop machine.
Yeah, Eugene Kopp Jr. not in it.
Going at it hot and heavy here for last place. Looks like they're running for $100 back here.
Well, you know what? There are 4 pretty decent race cars. Mike Swaney, who has had Jake the Turtle Albright in it the last couple of weeks, back behind the wheel tonight. He drops off the pace as the white flag waves. 1 lap to go. 1 final lap to go in this compact second heat race. Frederick in the 41 leading the way. Waylon Orr in 2nd. Jimmy Beatty's going to take it to the pits, and so will the 57 of Sweeney. Off of the fourth turn, picking up the win will be Barnhill's Tim Frederick. Second spot to Wayland Orr, third McLean, fourth Schreffler. Finishing fifth was Sweeney, and sixth spot to the 09 of Wes Ennis. He drives the Cherries Auto, KTFO Racing, Route 39, Sensel Finicum Insurance, Advance Auto, number 41. Let's hear it for Tim Frederick.
I just hope that Sweeney gets my car fixed over there. It looks like he's going to need to get a few more horses under there before I get in that thing tonight.
Rounding out the field, the man known as Little Hands, Chad Wise in the final starting spot. Green flag coming off of turn 4. Matt Salisbury and Zach Koger bring him in.
I can't believe that we let Little Hands on the racetrack.
Look out, Laney Stresky, Dale Beatty, problems down in turn number 2. Stresky, a flat left rear tire. I actually didn't even see what happened there, Jonathan, because I was actually looking at all of the people walking up onto the hillside over in turn 3 in the pits to watch the anticipated Midvale debut of Chad Wise.
Yeah, little white dragon.
Coming to green off of turn number 4, we are underway. Final compact heat race of the evening. Matt Salisbury in the 48 car going into the lead. The 15 of Jim Keller. Jim Keller, formerly from Paris, Ohio. Now Keller in the 15 calls Malvern home, and he's in that second spot. Chase Beatty is up to third. Colton Cottis running in fourth. Watching the competitors behind him, Blaine Salisbury bump drafting down the front stretch.
Yeah, a little bit of bumper tag going on for fourth place there. Looks like it launched the 50 down the back stretch.
It did. Threads the needle. So does the 29 of Salisbury. Heading off into 3 and 4. Leading the way, the 48 of Matt Salisbury. Second, Colton Cottis. Third is Blaine Salisbury. Look out, Chase Beatty gets to the bottom. Contact made. And Keller has just blown up. Well, his car did at least.
Somebody pulled the pin on the 22.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Hey, you know what? Hey, make sure and remind him he's still on the lead lap at the conclusion of 2.
Hey, I can tell you you're doing a better job than your car owner because you're still on the lead lap, and he was a lap down in the first lap.
Well, that's freaking awesome, man, because I'll tell you what, this thing's a handful, but I'm having fun, I can tell you that. The only thing I can say is my crew, the Tedesco crew, they put some tape on my window. I think I judged it too much because I'm going in the corner down here and I can see the sun still. But I'm having a blast, that's all that matters.
Hey, I'll tell you this. You had the whole Tedesco crew up there. It was like, you know, people flocking to a Dave Matthews concert. They were all running up on the hill just to watch you make your debut.
You know, I was watching this first compact feature, and Jason came up to me and he goes, "Hey, the Tedesco crew's over there working on your car." And I said, "What the heck? They're over there. I even got Doug Meyer down there putting tape on my window." And I'm like, okay. So I watched the feature and I was like, you know what? I better go down and see what's going on. And Tedesco and Meyer, they said I got to be able to see. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm having fun though. That's all that matters.
Was you going to ask him something, Ritter?
Dude, I don't even know. Something about a handful, and there's not a whole lot on Little Hands that's a handful.
Ritter said, he said that you said you have a handful. This car's a handful. He said, I don't know how much, you know, that you can get your hands around anything. How much is a handful to you?
I tell you what, these little hands are holding on for life on this steering wheel. But I'll tell you what, I go in the corner, it's probably my driving, but this son of a gun just pushes to the wall, and it's like, oh boy.
All right, Little Hands. Good luck. You keep having fun, buddy. Anybody you want to thank?
Just thanks Matthew for letting me drive this tonight, and of course the Tedesco guys and Meyer doing their little job. But everything else, I'm having a blast. That's all that matters.
Go get him, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
To go, Matt Salisbury and the number 50 of Colton Cottis get the green, trying to thread the needle, looking for an opening. The 29 of Blaine Salisbury. They slide high, and Salisbury goes to the bottom. Down the backstretch into the third corner. Colton Cottis into the lead. Matt Salisbury caught in the middle. He didn't like it there. Just his second week of racing. Blaine Salisbury running through the drying agent. Cars sliding around down there through the liquid, put down by the 15 of Jim Keller, side by side for the lead. 29 of Blaine Salisbury pulling forward sideways, the 50 of Colton Cottis. Salisbury is going to take the number 1 spot. Cottis back to second. Third, Chase Beatty. Fourth, Matt Salisbury. And fifth, the 7 of Zach Koger.
Oh boy.
Trouble on the front stretch, 75 of Chase Beatty. Flat left front tire, a 48 car of Matt Salisbury also going to the infield. 6 in, 2 to go this time. Lead duo, big advantage built up over the number 7 of Zach Koger. White flag is out, 1 to go for Blaine Salisbury. Salisbury leading the way, second. Colton Cottis on the final lap, final half a lap now. Driver that's picked up 1 feature win in this division this season from Uricksville, the PhilChalmers.com, M&D Design, Route 39 Auto Salvage, and Tap and Drive Through 29, Blaine Salisbury. The victory in our third and final compact heat. Second place to the number 50 of Colton Cottis. There he is coming to the finish line in downtown Ford, Victory Lane. Let's hear it for the winner, heat race number 3, Blaine Salisbury.
Hey, Adam, who'd you say was in the 50?
Keith Anderson and Mike Martin bring him in. Into the first corner we go. Anderson's truck, I was talking to Keith, he needs a different transmission or a different gear, something for that 32. He's only turning like between 3,000 and 4,000 RPM, which just isn't going to quite cut it. But he's going to work on that for the 2014 campaign.
It's a nice looking truck, though. It's just a shame he's just a little bit under, under transmission?
Yeah, he just doesn't have
gear.
the right gear. Just doesn't have the right gear. Yeah, he's only turning between 3,000 and 4,000 RPM, which just isn't going to get it done. I'm sure these other guys turning probably close to 6 or so, I would say at least.
Yeah, I was going to say probably 6,500,
Yeah.
something like that.
So that truck would be much better if they get the right gear in it. But Keith has come down and run with us for a large portion of the 2013 season.
What do you turn, Ritter? What kind of RPMs you turn in that 28 Rocket?
1,500.
Yeah, right.
Well, you didn't ask when he was at top speed. You just said, what's he turn? Well, when he's idling, probably around 1,500.
Okay, and then when he comes off of turn 4, he probably hits about 12 grand because he's spinning tires.
I hit about I got that Hutter engine in there, about probably 10,000 at the end of the straightaway.
Come on.
White flag is out this time. 1 lap to go for the number 5 of Mike Martin.
Actually, the other day I just priced a Hendrick engine, so I might be leasing one next year.
Nice. That'll be nice.
Checkered flag off of corner number 4. It's going to be the number 5 of Mike Martin taking the victory. Finishing second will be the 32 of Keith Anderson. So we get ready to go feature racing later tonight for these two competitors. Late models for the All-Star Showdown. Double features later tonight. Your winner of this mini truck heat race event, the number 5 of Mike Martin.
Hey, Adam, I did hear, just got a text message from Wild Bill Abil, and he said that they are going to build Keith a new truck for the 2014 season. They are going to be able to accomplish this.
I don't know what the question was, but maybe.
They were not able to accomplish qualifying in the correct order. So we're going to go 2 laps on the big oval, then 2 laps on the medium oval, 2 laps on the small oval. It's Dan Bucky in the 50, Colton Bryan in the 21 and the 115 of Howard Bartholow. Oh, I just about heard a crank it up down there, Chris. I think this time by, let's do a crank it up.
All right, I'm all over it.
Dan Bucky in car number 50, leading the way. 21 of Colton Bryan in second. 115 of Howard Bartholow in third. This time by. Turn up those surround sound stereo speakers. Here come the fun packs. All that horsepower heading off into the third corner. The move over flag being given. They're going to go to the medium oval now. Dan Bucky leading the way. Colton Bryan in second. Bucky the quickest on the big oval. Will he still be quickest on the medium oval? Here they go. The left-handed turn. Down in they go. This would be the conclusion of lap number 3. Colton Bryan looks like he's got it set up for the medium oval.
Hey, Adam, we need to get with Craig and John and see if we can get one of those gopher cams, you know, the digger cam.
Oh, we could make that happen. We would just have to dig out part of a hole in one of the rumble bumps and put like a GoPro down in it. It could be possible.
You know, we could maybe dig you a ditch, Hot Rod, and stick you in it with a camera.
Hey, I'd do it. I'm down.
Here they go on to the small oval now. Colton Bryan still challenging the number 50 of Dan Bucky. White flag coming out. 1 lap to go. Final lap for Dan Bucky, Colton Bryan, and Howard Bartholow.
We could get some cardboard from your neighborhood, you know, some of the houses that are in your neighborhood, and protect me.
Coming off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. Colton Bryan getting out the chrome horn. Bucky's going to take the win. Into the downtown Ford victory lane. The champion in the division this season. His second in a row in the class. Let's hear it for Dan Bucky. He's picked up 6 feature wins on the season. He's from Sherridsville in the Leggett Tire Car. Spectator drags coming up next here at Midvale Speedway. Spectator drags just moments away. The starting spot is the cone on the wall in turn 4, and Beatty and Orr ready to bring him in. Green flag is out, and we are racing for 15 laps in our fast feature. Fast feature for the compact division is underway. In the lead, Waylon Orr in the 28 car. Battle for second, 3 wide for the number 2 position. The outside is the 175 of Justin Renneker. Renneker's cousin, Kevin Renneker, just picking up the spectator drag victory not long ago. 3 wide, deep in the field. And up front, we have Waylon Orr leading the way. Battle for second on the inside lane is Tad Grove. Kyle Grove in the number 31 car, caught in that third lane, starting to make some progress. He and Jeffrey Orr side by side. Not so sure that the Orr car doesn't have a little bit more power from the beginning of the straightaways to the middle. Grove's car handles so well even in that third lane. We've completed the first 3 laps, leading the 28 car of Waylon Orr. Second, ready to make a move for the lead is Tad Grove in the number 3. Tad running in the compacts and in the modifieds tonight. Orr leading lap number 4, but Tad Grove is making a move to the outside. Orr gets way sideways as he slid a little bit middle of 1 and 2. Kyle Grove has worked his way up into the number 6 spot. Now going for the number 5 position is Grove. Waylon Orr way up the track in turn 4. Grove still going to lead. Lap number 5 completed the line. We're at the 1/3 mark of the race. Orr up the banking, makes some contact with Grove. That's going to hurt him. He turns down into the infield. So Orr in the 28 coming to a stop. Six laps complete. Kyle Grove for the number 3 spot, looking to the outside of Justin Renneker. Tad Grove, his older brother, leading the way, but Kyle making his move forward. Leading the way, Tad Grove, second, Rich Dunlap, third, Kyle Grove, 4th spot, the 175 of Justin Renneker, and 5th, the number 8 car of Jeffrey Orr. Now a battle for the number 2 spot. Side by side for second, Dunlap holding his own in the 36. Grove in the 31, just able to squeeze by.
You want to crank it up, Adam?
Crank it up over in turn 3. Just 3 laps to go this time. I think Tad Grove, if he doesn't get a caution, Kyle might have his win streak broken. Tad leading the way, 3 laps to go, but Kyle is closing quickly. The brothers Grove maybe going to battle down the stretch.
Good battle for 4th, Adam. Renneker and Orr.
Yeah, Orr on the inside of Justin Renneker for the number 4 position. 13 complete, final 2 laps now. Kyle Grove turning some fast laps down in the 17.6s there, which is about his track record speed, but he is still several car lengths behind his brother. White flag is out, 1 to go. They'll come off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag this time. It is out. Your winner is going to be Tad Grove. 2nd, Kyle Grove. 3rd, Rich Dunlap. Battle for 4th continues. Who has it at the line? Jeffrey Orr does. His car starts to miss right about the finish line. Finishing 5th, the 175 of Justin Renneker, and 6th, Dan Bucky. Pretty good compact feature tonight. Kyle Grove's win streak is over. His brother Tad takes tonight's victory. I guess Kyle Rector's behind the wheel. Tad was originally going to be the driver tonight, but I think Kyle has driven it most of the night. Some bad info. The Vegas Night Skilled Games, Canton South Small Engine Repair. Your winner, back in victory lane, Kyle Rector. Originally going to be driven by Tad Grove. A lot of guys in that race taking scratch starting at the back of the feature. Congratulations, Kyle. Good job tonight. A pretty fast car you were behind the wheel of.
Yeah, it's the first night I drove it, and I liked it. It's fast.
Ran a little bit better than the 22 when you brought her out a couple weeks ago. You guys were having some problems there.
Yeah, I ended up smoking the motor.
That's not a terrible surprise. You guys have had some bad luck there.
Yeah, that was just a beater we bought.
So good run tonight.
Thanks.
Your winner, Kyle Rector. Kyle Grove comes up a close 2nd in the number 31.
Okay, Adam, going to do our final grid walk in our late model division this season. Alex Rosenberry. Alex, got a ways to go tonight, buddy.
Yeah, just hoping to be in top 6. I don't know how they're going to do the invert for the next race, but just got to keep it clean for the 2nd race. Hopefully come out with a good finish. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Just
good luck, buddy.
Next time to the green. "25 laps the distance." Tonight, McIntosh Oil Company late model feature, Riddle and Schneider to bring them in off of 4 for the green. And here we go. We are underway. Down into turn 1, into turn 2, slow pace. Look out, 3 wide on the back stretch. That narrows down a little bit. Brian Smith nose first into the wall in the 1 car. Caution flag is out.
Chain reaction deal, Adam. It looked like the 42 of Sibla Jr. checked up, and Bryant just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, Brian Smith, head-on crash on the front straightaway. Up the banking goes Riddle at the front of the pack. Here comes Bubba Smith in the number 12 car. Jesse Page fighting back in the outside lane. Page moving back forward. How about Jesse Page, the young late model driver? Not very much experience in the late model division for Page. Page, your race leader. Second is Riddle. Battle for third between Smith and Miller.
Jesse Page pulling away, Adam.
He is running away with it, that crate engine. Also, Sibla is just caught in that outside lane and doesn't like what he has out there. Falling back in that second groove. Rohr was boxed in. He's going to go to the inside now and try to move forward with Tedesco and Rosenberry. Miller still working the second lane for the number 4 position. Mike Miller in the 22 car running the outside of Schneider. Smith working on Riddle for second. Mike Miller now starting to fade in the 22 car. See Rohr going to the outside of Tedesco, but he's going to get boxed in behind Miller. He's going to have to drop back in line once again. For second, here comes Bubba Smith. Oh, some contact. Contact coming off of turn number 4. Leading the way, Jesse Page in the 0-2. Second spot, the number 12 car, Bubba Smith. Damage to a lot of race cars now after the bunch up coming off of the corner. We have Emerson Huffman in the 90, heavy damage. Rich Rohr, heavy body damage in the number 7. Tedesco and Miller running side by side right now. Tedesco making a run at Rosenberry. Meanwhile, Page is just putting it to the field at the front of the pack. So Schneider, Huffman, Rosenberry, Tedesco, and Rohr may be the place to keep your eyes located. Trouble coming off of turn number 2. Trouble coming off of 2 for the 57 of Joe Fuchs. Ready for green coming off of turn number 4. Oh, look at them as they stack up coming off the corner. Huffman and Riddle get together. Up into the wall goes Ritter and Middaugh. So a bad break for Ed Middaugh and Jonathan Ritter. It stacked up in front of him. I think it was the 90 of Huffman, the 0 car of Riddle that got together. So damage then to a number of cars for a mishap coming off of 2. This late model feature is one of the rougher ones we've seen this year, and unfortunately we've got a second late model feature later to go too.
Take his car, he's gonna go in and get his hand like that. I don't know, I can't. He's up on his car. There we go. Still in gear.
You're out.
He's off.
Mike Miller with a flat right rear on the 22.
I had it there, it just slid off.
No,
It don't have no
the
pad
jack
on
wasn't rolling. It just pulled along.
$750 on the line in feature 1. Who's going to win it? Bubba Smith on the outside of Jesse Page for the restart. Coming off of turn number 4. Terry Coletti looks him over, and the green flag is out. Into the first corner we go. 1 and 2. Clean and green. Inside lane slipping back a little bit. The outside lane moving forward. It is Rosenberry moving into second. Rohr on the outside lane as well. He's going to try to move up into the number 3 spot. Rohr on the outside of Page will take the 3rd spot away from Jesse Page. Now Tedesco is going to go to the outside groove. Tedesco to the outside of Schneider. Rosenberry looking to the outside of Bubba Smith for the race lead. Roar is there as well in a mangled number 7 car. Halfway this time, 13 in, 12 to go. 3-car breakaway. Rosenberry and Smith side by side for the race lead. Roar within striking distance as well. Tedesco's now made his way to the 4th spot. Watch Tedesco try to close. Rosenberry strong in that second lane. Roar is going to look for an opening on the bottom if it's there. He looks to the inside of Bubba Smith, down the backstretch into the 3rd corner. It closes up. Rosenberry taking the lead. Roar looking to the outside. Car pushes, coming off of 2. Tedesco gets to the inside lane. Ryan Tedesco to the inside of Roar for the number 3 spot. Side by side between Tedesco and Roar. Tedesco moves up to 3rd. Roar is going to keep it out there in that 2nd groove. Tedesco looking to get to the front. Rosenberry pulling away. This time 18 complete, 7 laps to go. Jesse Page is having a great race in the 0-2. Tedesco, a run at Smith on the inside, heading off into the 3rd corner. Smith giving Tedesco room in 3 and 4. Roar trying to get there as well. Smith going to be able to close the door for the number 3 spot. Five laps to go, 20 in, 5 to go. Down to the final 3 laps now, 22 complete. Two to go this time for Alex Rosenberry. White flag is out, 1 to go for Alex Rosenberry. Coming off of turn number 4, checkered flag, Rosenberry, Tedesco 1st and 2nd, Smith 3rd, Roar 4th, finishing 5th, the 0-2 car of Jesse Page, 6th spot to Schneider, finishing 7th is Sibla, make it Miller 7th, 8th was Sibla. Feature win number 3 of the season for the young driver from New Philadelphia. The Rosenberry Towing Tilt Lighting, number 2 to victory lane again for a 3rd time this season at Midvale Speedway. A big 50-lap win earlier this year in a strong field. Tonight, a win in race number 1 of the late model All-Star Showdown. He's done a part-time schedule at Midvale this season, missing a few nights as he's also running the JEG CRA All-Stars in the main event series. See, Alex, not quite at age 21 yet, and he's got this big Budweiser Fall Classic trophy, but he can't get it until he's 21. So we gotta keep it in storage until then, I guess.
Give it to his dad.
His dad, yeah, he can technically keep it. Let's hear it for the winner, Alex Rosenberry. Alex, congratulations. Man, the first couple laps of that one pretty wild, and it really wasn't necessarily rough driving. There's just a bunch of brake checks, and a brake check would happen. It was a matter of avoiding those and then letting the race work itself out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened down there. I noticed some damage in the left rear. I don't think I lifted whoever was in front of me off the ground with the nose, but I could smell the rubber in the left rear, just hoping it was hold together for this race. And we'll look at it, see what we're going to do for next race, but very happy. The car was pretty good. It could be better, so we'll work on it for next race, but very glad to get the first one. Maybe we can get the second one.
Strong late model field tonight, 17 starters, a lot of big names out there with you. Tedesco finishes right across the line behind you. You got the big dice roll coming up. We're going to determine the invert between a 1 and a 6. Let's, I don't know, roll it on the ground here. We'll do that, and so it doesn't go down in the engine compartment. To number 6. He rolled the biggest. 6. What do you think about that?
It's fixed.
It is fixed. A 6. It's a heavy dice on the 6 side. That's the invert for our second feature in the late models. Salisbury, the 48. Koger in the number 7. Off of 4 to the green. Here we go. Salisbury and Koger bring him in. Colton Cottis in the 50 car goes to the outside of a 3-wide battle for the number 2 position. That's 7. Just not quite getting up to speed when the green flag dropped. We've got him 3 wide down the backstretch. 3 wide off into turn 3. Colton Cottis in the 50. The outside groove. Oh, look out behind him. Leading lap 1, Laney Stresky, but Cottis trying to take over. Koger is spun down off the track in turns 1 and 2. Gets it moving again. Koger gets the car moving again. Green flag coming off of 4. We are back underway. Stresky pulling back forward. Stresky looks a little stronger after this restart than she did before through the middle of the turn, though. Cottis is strong, and Cottis in the outside lane moving forward. Leading at the line is Stresky, but Cottis running pretty good out in the outside lane. Off of 4, ready to get back underway, and we are. Green flag is out. Got a little bit tight there for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th momentarily. 17 of Stresky into the lead. Battle for 2nd between Brent Schreffler in the 2, Colton Cottis in the 50. Schreffler looking for an opening outside of Stresky. Tim Frederick in the 41 running in 4th. Frederick's going to go to the bottom of Schreffler now. Cottis caught up a little bit too high coming off of turn 2. Lap number 4 completed the line, leading is Stresky. Frederick making his move forward.
That car's been fast the last few weeks, Adam.
That it has. Stresky running well. Frederick running well in 2nd. Lap number 5, the 1/3 mark of this one. Summit Racing Economy Modified feature coming up next, followed by feature number 2 for the late models. Frederick ready to challenge for the lead. Frederick gets an opening to the bottom. Struski keeps the door shut. I think Frederick's going to have to go to the outside. Going to be halfway this time. It'll be 8 laps in and 7 to go. Struski, number 17, running strong, and it is halfway. Frederick on the high line, slips back a little bit. Schreffler in the 2, doing the same. Beatty now joins the battle for second. Last week, Beatty in that 75 car kind of rode in about the position he's riding in now till late in the race. Made his moves on the last couple of laps and took the victory. And right now, he's about to challenge for second. 5 laps to go this time for Lainey Struski, looking for her first feature win.
She's doing a great job of just protecting the inside. Oh, here comes Beatty. Not quite. Struski slams the door off of turn number 2.
And now just 3 laps remaining, 12 laps in, this time at the line for Lainey Struski, but Beatty and Frederick, couple of compact veterans, challenging the rookie young lady that leads. Little Hands in the number 6. Chad Wise shortly ahead. Struski in the 17. Oh, Wise up in the outside lane, moving over for the leaders. White flag is out. Final lap for Lainey Struski in the 17. Off the corner, Beatty looking to the bottom. Wise does get out of the way, allows the leaders to race by. The TNT Television Senior Ponchos, number 17, maybe a little contact from behind, but brings it to the checkered, her first career feature victory. Frederick in second, Beatty in third, McLean in fourth. Finishing 5th is Dale Beatty.
How about a job the young lady did on the bottom of the racetrack, picking up that first career feature win, Adam?
That she did. Everybody's happy over here. She's been in victory lane with heat races, but her first feature win coming tonight.
Sorry.
We're here with Lainey's mom. Oh, you got to talk now. Hey, are you pretty excited?
Yes.
Did you think she was going to win one this year?
I told her, as long as you finish, you're fine.
And she did. She finished out in the first position. Lainey Struski claiming the win. And our compact second feature. I love it. She even rocks the open face helmet, Chris. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, the open face helmet. You're supposed to call her Catfish.
The Senior Ponchos TNT Television, sponsored number 17. Taking the win, and she was strong enough to hold up Dale Beatty and the 75. 41 of Frederick. There she is, your winner, Lainey Struski. Well, Laney, you started racing this year here at Midvale in this purple and pink car, representing the women that come to watch you in the stands. And tonight you picked up a victory on the final night of the year. Good job.
Thanks.
So how old are you? Tell us about yourself.
I'm 14, a freshman.
14 years old and a freshman, claiming the victory in our compact second feature. Hey, we got another one that can't have the trophy, right? Well, the beer can bottles are empty, so maybe they can. I don't know. I don't know how that works. We'll let it sit there at least. You have a lot of people you want to thank, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely my grandpa, my Pat, that does all the work, and my Nana, who lets him do all the work, and my mom and my dad for supporting me.
Your mom was pretty excited.
Yeah,
She didn't want to talk on the microphone, though.
probably in tears.
Yeah, pretty close to it if she wasn't. Let's hear it for the winner, Laney Stresky.
Good job, Catfish. "14 years old, Adam. I got a 14-year-old daughter. That's kind of scary."
She's not quite that tall.
No.
Yeah, she got to play basketball or something.
Yeah. If she's any good at basketball as she is at driving a race car, she's going to be all right.
Want to get a word with a few of the modified guys? Go ahead.
All right. We'll come down here real quick. All right, Adam. Will Walker starting on the pole. What do you think, man? How's it feel to be back in a race car? Been a while for you.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but I'm just going to do the best I can. The car's not perfect, and we made some adjustments on it, and hopefully not too many.
You looking at running full-time next year with us?
Yeah, hopefully. Work schedule kind of gets in the road sometimes, but that's my plan.
Good to see you back in a race car, buddy.
Thank you.
Will Walker in the number 65 modified. Talk to Rick Sibla. Rick, looked like you had a pretty loose race car in that heat race. Did you guys tighten it up for the feature?
A little bit. We're just on pretty old tires, and we just ain't got much traction, so we'll see what happens.
Good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
Rick Sibla, driver of the number 8.
$450 going to the winner of our modified 25-lap feature. Green flag off of 4. Walker turns it sideways as the green comes out. Down into the corner, trouble up toward the wall. One of the cars deep in the pack. I think it could be the 25 of Sean Martyr. 88 of Chris Peel stopped. 13 of Higgins able to make it through. Complete restart. The green flag is out. Into one we go, and Rick Sibla in the outside lane is going to pull forward. He's going to be in the lead. Tad Grove in the number 3 car to the outside for the number 2 position. In the third spot's Walker in the 65. But maybe not for long. Mike Green making a run to the second groove, and Mike Green is going to take over third. Point champion Kevin McClintock. Here he comes for the number 4 spot. McClintock moving forward. So a little bit of sparks coming from the 38 of McClintock. Don't think it's anything major. See if you can see him down in 3, but McClintock with a few sparks coming out, heading to 1.
Nothing down here that time, Adam.
Just a little bit when he goes across the bumps, something bottoming out a little bit on the car, nothing major. But Sibla leads the way, car running much better than it did a week ago, but Tad Grove is also strong. Limited action for Tad Grove in the modifieds this year, but when he's been here, he's been good. He's had a few top 5 runs. Todd Ripley finally able to get around the 65 of Will Walker. Justin Courtney, the top qualifier, following him. Sibla the 82, Walker in the number 30 for the number 5 position. Preston Walker on the inside. Bob Sibla Jr. on the outside for the 4th, make it 5th spot. McClintock running 4th, right ahead of him. Side by side for 4th now. Walker moving forward. We saw him pick up his first Midvale Modified win just a couple of weeks ago, and he's going to look for a second here tonight. Kaufman off the pace, gets moving again, and Grove for the lead. Tad Grove to the inside of Sibla. Sibla gives him room. Grove on the inside of Rick Sibla for the top spot. Grove takes it away. Here comes Mike Green in the 36 to the bottom. Walker as well in the 30. Bob Sibla Jr. will try to get underneath his brother on the backstretch. He will, heading off into the 3rd turn. That 8 car of Sibla running better this week than last. Still just a little bit off. Drops in line in 5th. And now Tad Grove leads the way. This time it'll be the completion of lap number 10. Mike Green a little bit quicker than Tad Grove. Can he get around him? So far, the answer is no, but he's had some looks. Makes some contact. The right front tire on the left rear quarter panel, the 3 of Grove. And we've got a spin coming off of 4. The 24 of Sean Kaufman goes around. Kaufman in the 24 gets moving again towards the infield, but a Kaufman spin coming off of 4 brings us a yellow. Just a few laps away from the mid-mark of this 25-lapper. Grove and Green side by side into turn number 4. Terry Coletti looking him over, and the green flag is out. Mike Green with a good restart on the outside, but Grove looks good on the bottom, and Grove is going to rocket off of turn number 2 and hang on to the lead. Green, will he look to get to the bottom? Walker's going to try to get underneath him. Big move for Preston Walker. He's going to take 2nd away. Preston Walker looking like he wants to win his 2nd feature of the season in that beautiful number 30 car. But Grove wants his 1st career win. Walker is there. Good side-by-side action, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. McClintock and Courtney bump a little bit on the backstretch. Here we go for the lead. Preston Walker to the outside of Tad Grove. Walker looks high, drops back to the low side. Halfway this time, 13 and 12 to go for Grove, Walker, Green, and Sibla. That Walker car hooked up tonight. McClintock and Sibla going at it for about the number 6 position. Walker just can't get the opening underneath Grove. The one thing Grove does not want to see happen is a yellow come out, because then he would be slated right alongside of him, and I think Walker's got the car to beat right now as he goes back to the 2nd lane. Walker to the outside of Grove. Caution out. There is a yellow. Yellow flag for the 13 of Doug Higgins. That is not what Tad Grove wanted to see. Not what he wanted to see at all. Grove and Walker working together for this restart with 11 laps until the checkered. Here we go to the green. Good restart. Off the final corner. Down to the 1 and 2 we go. Walker in the outside lane. Half car advantage coming down the backstretch. Walker looking for his 2nd career modified feature win. Grove looking for his 1st. Good race. 10 to go. Walker and Grove going at it hard. It's going to be Walker pulling forward. He's got him cleared. He'll be able to drop to the bottom lane. And caution out. Caution out down the backstretch. 25 car. He led across the line against Grove on the last time by.
Suspension damage in that contact when everybody checked up on the front straightaway then?
Oh, no, I don't think I had anything bent other than...
Caution lights turned off, 15 laps in, 10 to go. Preston Walker and Tad Grove 1st and 2nd to the green off of turn 4. Here we go. A little bit of tire spinach at the front row of our pack, but they're off and racing again. Walker's going to go back forward. Grove hanging in out there. He's also got a chance to get back to the bottom lane, try to slam the door shut on the 36 of Green. He will drop in line in 2nd. Battle for third between Green and Sibla. Walker leads. Grove second. Green and Sibla third and fourth. Fifth is Ripley. Sixth is McClintock. Seventh, Rick Sibla. Eighth, Justin Courtney. 8 to go. Rick Sibla making that 82 car work in the second lane tonight. We saw it work in the heat race earlier. It's working in the feature as well. One of the better cars in the second groove in any division tonight, that 82 of Bob Sibla Jr. Sibla just trying to get past the 36 of Mike Green, clear him, and take third. 7 to go, make it 6 to go at the line. Top qualifier Justin Courtney on the outside of Rick Sibla. He's going to be able to get by and close the door on the back stretch. Still gives him room in 3 and 4. 5 laps to go. 5 to go for the 30 of Walker. 4 to go this time. Sibla has caught the 3 of Grove for the number 2 spot. White flag out. White was turned to yellow. Anybody in the top 5 clocked during the feature race action. Terrible break for Ripley, who had that car not running well in practice and qualifying earlier. Third row of McClintock and Courtney. Here we go. Into 1 and 2. It is going to be Walker again exiting the second corner with the advantage. Grove in the outside lane, still fighting hard. He wants to at least hold on to the runner-up spot. Coming to the white. Look out. Grove sideways. Behind him, McClintock nearly goes over. Boy, McClintock in the 38 nearly going over on the front straightaway, and we've got caution.
Checked out the replay over here, and you know, a little bit of contact looked like between the 82 and 3, and
yeah, chain reaction deal like we saw earlier in late models or whatever, and then he came, the 36 then, trying to avoid it, came down the track, and then McClintock was already underneath him, and those two got together, and that's what kind of finished off our chain reaction deal.
Yeah, and Kevin almost got upside down after the 5 of Courtney got kind of underneath him there, so.
Sibla and McClintock. Courtney restarting 5th. 2 laps to go. Grove both times has done a pretty good job in the outside lane to hold off the 82 to get back in line in second. Coming to the white flag yet again, but Grove still trying for the lead and the victory. A little bit sideways off of 4. Walker leads across the line. Grove dropping down to the inside groove. Walker able to hold him off in 1 and 2. Down the back stretch they go. Around goes Kaufman. We're going to be able to race to the checkered. Coming off of turn number 4, your winner will be Preston Walker, second win of the year. Grove finishes second. Sibla finishes third. Courtney comes home fourth. McClintock fifth. Sibla sixth. Peel seventh. And Kaufman eighth in the 24. Second feature coming up next for the McIntosh Oil Company late models and the Budweiser All-Star Showdown action-packed night at Midvale Speedway. The TLM Industries, Kim Tittle Enterprises, Hoops and Stitches, Bob's Auto Sales, number 30 victory tonight for a second time this year. Second time in about 3 or 4 weeks. He's climbing from the car now. Your winner, Preston Walker. Second feature win. Didn't take as long to get to second as it did to get to first. Was pretty good tonight, and you moved up, made some moves early, inside lane, outside lane, whatever it took. Car was great again.
Yeah, the car worked inside, outside. You know, we made a few adjustments right before the feature here, and just had to do what I had to do to get up there and get to the front. And luckily, I mean, I was working on trying to get to the outside of the 3 car. I mean, he races good and clean, and just got the restart and was able to get up there on the outside and get by him. And I just never thought the white flag was going to come to an end.
Yeah, it was a couple of restarts. You had to do it again. The restarts were good. Tad stayed out there for about a half a lap. He was pretty good on the bottom, and then he wasn't bad on the outside.
No, he hung in there on the outside and did a good job. I mean, everybody raced clean, and that's good for that. I got to thank my crew. I got to thank my dad. I got to thank Doug, Terry. I got to thank Mike Green. He helped me. Tommy McAdams, Kim Tittle, Denny, my brother Eric. I mean, he's been coming for the last couple of weeks. I'm glad to get a win while he was here. So I just got to thank everybody that helps me, Kim Tittle and everybody. I mean, they really do a good job.
Let's hear it again for the winner. Win number 2 of the season for Preston Walker. Looking for his first win of the season. Page looking for his first career late model feature win. He was strong in that first race. Rich Rohr looking for his first win of the year. Has claimed top 5s in each of his starts in 2013 in main event and Midvale competition, but no wins yet this year. The 12 of Bubba Smith looking for his 3rd win of the year. 70 of Ryan Tedesco rallied late in the first feature. Closed the gap on Alex Rosenberry, who looks for the sweep tonight. Rosenberry in the 2 starts 6. Green flag coming off of 4. For Schneider and Page. Page gets a little sideways as he comes down the front stretch. Schneider goes into the lead. Rohr will go into the 2nd spot. Here comes Tedesco for the number 3 position. For 3rd, Tedesco. Page now up to speed. Rohr looking to the inside of Schneider for the lead. Schneider gives him room. In fact, almost too much room. Rohr takes over the number 1 spot. In the second position is Schneider. Third is Tedesco. Fourth, Page. Battle for the number 5 spot between the 22 car of Miller and the number 12 of Bubba Smith.
Caution, guys. Caution.
Trouble. Caution. Flag is out. Fuchs in the 57 problems. 57 of Fuchs with problems goes off into the infield. Miller and Smith in row 3, Rosenberry and Bob Sivla Jr. in row 4. Coming to the green off of turn 4, 2 complete, 23 to go, and we are underway. And Schneider with the advantage on the start down into the first turn. I think Rohr wanting to make sure he didn't spin the tires, and Schneider had a good restart. Rohr pulls back alongside down the back stretch into the third turn. Schneider trying to get down to the bottom, but I think Tedesco is not going to be able to.
Caution's out, guys. Caution's out.
Dave McCallicker in the 47 has taken out Dan's golf cart.
Yes, he did, and I think Dan needs that change of pants again. I think he turned around and seen it coming. That could have been ugly.
I didn't see it happen. I'm sure you had a pretty good view of it over there. What'd you see?
I seen it the whole way. McCallicker lost it off of the back straightaway and just slid all the way through the grass, doing a couple 360s and hit the golf cart.
Hey, it's alive though. Look at Dan. He's making it run. See if he has a better one this time. Schneider on the outside coming to turn number 4. 2 laps in, 23 to go, and a better restart it is. Though Schneider definitely has a little bit of a better restart in the outside groove. Down to the 1 and 2. Rohr's going to go into the lead. Schneider's going to be able to get down into the second spot. So Tedesco working from the third position. He's going to look to the outside of Schneider for the runner-up spot. Tedesco look into the high side of Schneider for the number 2 position, side by side for second. Schneider on the low side, Tedesco on the outside lane. Tedesco making it work in that second groove. Schneider still working the bottom, wheel to wheel, coming off of 4, but it's Tedesco taking the number 2 spot. Still not quite clearing him, now he does. Tedesco takes second. Now we'll try to run down the number 7 of Rohr. I think he definitely has the car to do it. Rosenberry, winner of race number 1 tonight, trying to work the outside lane. Rosenberry on the high side of Bubba Smith for the number 5 spot. Rosenberry gets up in the loose stop, dirt tracking it down through 1 and 2, losing some ground is Rosenberry. Ed Middaugh takes his 64 ride to the pits. Tedesco in the 14.0s and 14.1s, Rohr in the 14.2s. Tedesco definitely quicker. Rosenberry making a move on Jesse Page, going down the front stretch, and Rosenberry's going to pick up a spot on Jesse Page as Tedesco closes the gap on Rohr. Tedesco going to look to the outside of Rohr. We are about the halfway mark. Terry Coletti showing the cross flags this time. 13 laps in, 12 laps to go. Rohr's car pushing up a little bit in the middle of the corner. Also saw Tedesco get sideways in turn 4 the last time around. To the pits goes the 57 of Fuchs. Joe Fuchs to the pits in the 57. Two of the best in the history of Midvale Speedway when it comes to late model racing. Rich Rohr and Ryan Tedesco leading the way in the second feature event of the evening. For the late model all-star showdown, Schneider running third, fourth place Miller, fifth place Smith, running sixth the 42 of Sibla, seventh the number 2 of Rosenberry, and eighth the 02 of Page. Rohr pushes up a little bit into. Tedesco closes the gap again, turning pretty equal lap times now. 8 laps to go, 17 in this time for Rohr and Tedesco.
Looks like that lead stabilized a little bit, Adam. Maybe Ryan getting a little arrow tight.
Yeah, Rohr actually pulling away a little bit from Tedesco, which kind of surprises me. He's still turning 14.2s. Tedesco, both in the 14.1s that time. Pretty impressive laps right now. Tedesco a little better right in the middle of the corner. Rohr gets on the gas really hard, coming to 5 to go. 5 laps to go, 20 laps in. Final 4 laps to go with Rohr and Tedesco. The lead duo turning equal lap times. They've both been fast when they've run on limited basis here at Midvale Speedway this season. Tedesco a runner-up finish in the main event race a couple of weeks ago, and Rohr is pulling away from Tedesco now. 2 laps to go for Rohr and Tedesco. For the 4th position, good run for Schneider in 3rd. For the 4th spot, Miller and Sibla going at it. Sibla goes high. It's going to allow Bubba Smith to the inside, coming off of 2. White flag is out. 1 to go for Rohr and Tedesco as the battle for the 5th position continues down in turn 4. Smith able to get by Sibla. Coming to the checkered flag off of turn 4, it will be the veteran Rich Rohr claiming the win. Tedesco second, finishing third, the 17 car of Schneider, finishing fourth, the 22 car of Miller, finishing in the next spot. Smith in the 12, Sibla the 42, the 2 of Rosenberry, just got caught in traffic there, wasn't able to replicate his great run earlier tonight. Good run for 2 of the better late model drivers over the last, well, for Rohr a long time, for Tedesco over the last 10, 15 years or so. Couple of more features to go than our officials race, our figure 8 race, and our trailer race. Miller High Life, Freedom Harley Davidson, Esber Beverage, sponsored number 7, bringing it to Victory Lane, the downtown Ford Victory Lane. Let's have a nice round of applause for your winner, Rich Rohr. Well, Rich, congratulations. First race today. We're going to face the crowd and do this. Chunky always let you face the other way. Okay. So, and I say Chunky because you won a lot more races back when he was doing the announcing than when I've been doing it. But this car pretty good tonight. Not great. Really sluggish on the restart on the bottom. I'm sure that concerned you a little bit.
Oh, no, not really. I was just trying to be fair and square. That's all. I mean,
well, you gave Schneider the advantage. I thought he was going to clear you, actually.
Yeah, I know. I thought you were supposed to start that line, so that's what I did. I just did it right.
I guess. Okay, there you go. The car, you saw Tedesco closing. He really closed there for a couple of laps, and then you pulled away. Did it get better during the race, or just really didn't fall off?
It was the same the whole time. I was surprised. I mean, the car felt really comfortable, and I thought, man, if this cat passes me as good as I am right now, he's the man.
Did it get better as the night went on?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Some people to thank.
Yeah, all these guys, I had a mess. Jesse Ward and my brother Mike, Smokey, they helped me get this thing bounded back into shape here so we can finish this race.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Rich Rohr, the winner in the number 7 car tonight. Tedesco finishes second. Good run for him. Good run for Schneider in third. Hey, how about the Bud Light trophy for the Miller High Life car? As they run 9 laps for their final feature of the season. Green is out.
Oh, Howard Bartholow doing a much better job than he did in the heat race. Bucky running second, Colton Bryan running third. Going to get the move over flag next time around, or this time around. And here comes the move over flag. They'll switch to the medium oval. Bartholow still your race leader. Bucky runs second, and Colton Bryan still in third. Through the oil, a little slippery. Bartholow almost caught the wall off of turn number 4. Here comes Bucky to the inside. Got a good run, coming through the middle part. Through the oil drive once again. Bucky to the bottom. I think that was Bartholow just by a fuzz at the line. Now Bucky will take over the lead. Bartholow stuck on the high side. Here comes Colton Bryan for the runner-up spot. And Bartholow battling back. Problems for Bucky through the infield. He'll slide up and just miss Bartholow. Here comes Colton Bryan to the race lead. Bucky stopped on the front straightaway. Terry Coletti's green flag off of the medium oval turn number 4. And the green is out. Bucky strong on the outside, drifting up the racetrack. Now Bartholow goes to the low oval. What's up with that, Adam?
I think he made a mistake.
Now he gets the move over flag. So is that a penalty for the 115?
It's not going to matter. He's going to be in third in just a second.
There you go. Bucky, your race leader now. And Colton Bryan to the inside of Bartholow. White flag for Dan Bucky. Colton Bryan up to second. Bartholow, who took the shortcut earlier, in third. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Dan Bucky and Colton Bryan through the oil dry. And off of turn number 4. Twin checkers for Dan Bucky. Colton Bryan will finish second. Howard Bartholow in third. As he takes his victory lap, Dan Bucky, you're a Fun Pack champion in 2013. Also your season championship winning race driver. And now the Fall Classic winner.
Pure Stock and Truck feature, our next two to go, the Leggett's Tire, number 50. Like win number 6 or 7 on the season now, I believe, for Dan Bucky. Well, Dan, another win tonight. That one was a little wild, especially after the restart when Howard decided to go to the short track a little soon, right?
Well, I thought I was messing up, but here was Howard. Thank God it was him.
And Chris said, what are we going to do? Is there a penalty? And I said, well, he's going to be in third here in a second, so just give it a moment. And he did. He fell back to third. He tried a lap early.
Yeah, I told him he better get me on the big track because I'm going to catch him on the small one.
Was there did you set it up for the small one, or is it just run better on the small one?
It's just so much faster on the small one. That's why I chose to drive this and in the fun pack this year. And we need some more cars down here. I got a couple for sale.
Here you go. See Dan Bucky. Bucky Mowing. He'll hook you up with some cars. Let's hear it for the winner again. What a season for Dan Bucky. Miller, the 77. 82 of Bowling to the green. Turn 4. We're underway. Bowling spinning the tires. As they go down into the first corner, we're side by side for this Pure Stack 10-lap feature. Oh, Oliver looking to make it 3 wide on the backstretch. Some contact with Hoopengarner. Your leader, the 77 of Miller. Saw some smoke coming from the 49 of Oliver. Bowling drops back to the third spot. Oliver definitely having some problems. Maybe a tire rub, possibly a tire going flat. Coming in on lap number 3 this time. 3 laps in, 7 laps to go for Miller. Oliver trying to catch Bowling for the third spot. Hoopengarner in the 68 car running second. Oliver in the 49 running in the 4th spot. Yeah, that flat left front tire, I think, on the Oliver machine. For the lead, side-by-side racing action between the 77 of Miller and the 68 of Hoopengarner for the number 1 spot. 4 laps to go. Miller at the line, the leader, but Hoopengarner fighting back shortly thereafter. Hoopengarner, been a long time since he's been in victory lane at Midvale Speedway for a feature, but he is working forward and he is in the race lead. 7 complete. Gonna be 2 to go this time for Hoopengarner, as well as the 77 of Miller and the 82 of Bowling. 2 laps to go.
Old Magic Shoes back up front.
That's right. Magic Shoes has that car running well tonight. We noticed that in the heat race earlier. It looked good, and it looks really good here in the feature. White flag, 1 to go for Hoopengarner. He arrived at the track late this afternoon, didn't get a chance to qualify, but it doesn't seem like it's going to matter. Checkered flag off of 4. Hoopengarner picks up the win. 2nd spot, the 77 of Miller. Finishing 3rd, the 82 of Bowling. Mini trucks coming up next for a short feature. Then our officials race, figure eight, and after the figure eight, the trailer race. The Shelby Sweets and Treats Easy Swap Shop and Canton Car Connection number 68. Your winner, Gary Hoopengarner. Gary, a lot of work went into this car. The late part of the season, it started running better. Tonight, a short field because of the lack of points, but this thing was pretty competitive. Outside lane, earlier this season, you would not have passed Todd Miller in the outside groove.
No, Todd's a good driver. He runs a good line. Man, this thing is just, it's a wheel now. I mean, it's been some work, it's been some time, and I told you I was going to come see you.
You were. You waited till the last night, but you did it.
I called my shot.
And you got here late earlier today. Didn't think you were going to make it, but you got here in time.
Yeah, I almost hit Jason, too. I ain't got no brakes.
Well, hey, you didn't need brakes because that just slows you down.
Yeah, wherever Sabrina's at, she needs to come down here.
Let's hear it for your winner, Gary Hoopengarner.
Coming to the green flag.
Kevin Watson to the tower. Kevin Watson to the tower.
Coming off of turn number 4, picking up win number 6, Mike Martin. Second is Keith Anderson.
Kevin Watson to the tower. Kevin Watson to the tower.
Mike, you pick up your 6th win, I think, right?
Yeah, 6th or 7th in a couple heats.
Which one's better, picking up the later in the season or the beginning of the season?
Of course, the later.
Do you have one of those Budweiser trophies?
Yeah, I got a couple of them.
Anyone you'd like to thank?
My brother and my little son here for helping me get the truck ready tonight.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Starting on the front row, bringing them in for the green flag in the officials race. It's the 17 of Dave Conrad, 36 of Gabe Pringle, and we are official racing. Leading the race is the 36 of Gabe Pringle, 27 of Terry Coletti, 31 of Adam Mackey, 17.
Adam Mackey on the outside of Gabe Pringle, Coletti in 3rd, Chris Gale in 4th, the 17 of Dave Conrad, the 50 of Jason Anthony, the 28 of Steve. Adam Mackey coming out of 4 will take the lead.
Terry Coletti, Chris Kale, Jason Anthony, Dave Conrad, and Waylon Orr. Coming to take the green this time by Mackey, sleeping. Side by side in turn one. Looks like Adam takes the lead a little bit. Runs him up the bank. Takes advantage of Pringle, the Pillsbury Doughboy, in second. Oh, a little shot in the rear end. Gabe Pringle coming to take the white. Last lap, looks like Adam Mackey in the Cheater 31 might be able to hang on. Coming out of 2. Pringle gave him a run, but Adam wheels it coming out of 3. Adam Mackey in the 31 there. The black 31 coming to take the checkers. Adam Mackey. Gabe Pringle second. Terry Coletti third. Chris Kale fourth. Hot Rod, that's a poor showing for Hot Rod tonight. Dave Conrad fifth. Waylon Orr sixth.
Hey Adam, you're disqualified. You didn't stop on the back straight away.
Hey, you like
looking for him out there.
you like your replacement? You like the replacement?
Yeah, that's a good replacement. I should have told you.
Yeah, well, he's saying he should have told me earlier. I ran over here in probably 20 seconds from the pit side. I think that's a new record. Adam Mackey, your normal announcer, but wheeling the number 31 tonight. Who's your sponsors, dude?
I got to thank Greg's Recovery, JD Byrider. Vegas Nights is still on the car. So I want to thank Chrislip for selling the car back to Kyle and Greg so I could get into victory lane tonight. Obviously, everybody knows this car is a lot faster than what the other guys have. That's why I started at the back. Those guys are veterans out there. I was racing against Terry Coletti. There's not much better when it comes to compact racing than Terry. Are you done? Are you done hearing from me?
All right, so you took my microphone. This is my microphone for right now. Yeah, right? Shoot. Gabe Pringle gave you a shot in the rear end in 3 and 4, and how'd you feel about that? I mean, he was roughing you up a little bit. I didn't know if you were going to lose composure or if you were going to be able to maintain it. Or tell me what you think. Maybe you have to talk with him later.
Honestly, you almost dropped it. Honestly, I was almost a little bit shocked that he was still with me after a lap. Yeah. I was like, uh-oh, somebody's still back there. I was like, who brought the 8 car out? So just happy. It's fun. Race once a year to get behind the wheel. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, not bad for running once a year, even though it is a cheater car. And
come on now.
so, I mean, hey, we just got to tell it how it is. Congratulations, Adam. Great run. Yeah, whatever. Enjoy your Bud Light trophy. Yes.
Going back over in the pits. Why don't you take the car, and I will.
75 is Dale Beatty. The 2 is Ryan Treffler. 175, Justin Renneker. 6, Preston Walker. 28, Waylon Orr. 50, Dan Bucky. 21 of Derek Gruhl. And the 8 of Lenny Orr. Green flag is out. Leading lap 1, Dale Beatty, Ryan Treffler,
Ten-lap figure eight race, getting ready to restart.
Hey, Adam, I want to ask you how it feels to win with an extra 100 horsepower than everybody else.
Feels good. I'd rather do
Good.
that. See, here's the deal. I've heard that I was in the 1760s, and that was almost what the track record was set earlier, so I feel good about myself, no matter where I finished or whatever.
Hey, you did a good job. Congratulations to you, buddy.
Yeah, I should have the extra horsepower out there with all you veterans.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have got caught behind Laney's car, I would have been good, but you guys blew by me when I got caught behind that thing.
Yeah, I didn't know which lane to take, inside or outside, but we got a figure eight race going on right now. The 75 of Dale Beatty leads. Ryan Schreffler in the number 2 spot. Yeah, Lenny Orr in the number 8 car. He's always tough in these figure eight races. The number 50 of Dan Bucky running in the number 4 spot. In 5th, the 28 of Waylon Orr, and Dale Beatty leads again as he crosses the line. Conclusion of lap number 3, 3 laps down, 7 laps to go. And our figure eight race, are they going to spread out? That's the question. We've already had a hard hit, but it was not at the intersection, and the field is spreading out some. First time for that number 8 car to be in a figure eight race. It used to be the Cliff Cox car that was so fast on the oval track, now running figure eight. 75 of Beatty, 2 of Schreffler, 50 of Bucky, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Orr running 4th. Orr running 5th. Halfway this time, it is. 5 laps in, 5 laps to go. Dale Beatty. Battle for second. The number 2 of Ryan Schreffler trying to hold off the 50 of Dan Bucky. Bucky's only running a couple of figure eight races. He started racing after we started running figure eights. After we stopped running them really on a semi-regular basis. He likes doing them though. Your leader, the number 75 of Dale Beatty. 3 laps to go, 7 laps complete. Second is Schreffler, but not anymore. To the inside comes the number 50 of Dan Bucky. Oh, Schreffler not able to maneuver the corner. He goes down through the infield grass. 2 laps to go for Beatty. Dan Bucky is closing on the leader. Oh, and around goes Orr in the 8 car. Lenny Orr gets it refired. Orr gets it refired. He's going to join the field. Across on the white flag. 1 to go for Beatty and Bucky. Front of the field, a couple of Bucky Mowing sponsored automobiles, 1st and 2nd. Bucky giving it all he can. Down into 3, and well, I guess it would be the other end of the speedway. Would be 3 and 4 on the figure eight track. They're going to come to the checkered. Bucky's going to give it a try. The checkered waves, and Beatty's going to pick up the win. Bucky second, Schreffler third. Orr is going to bring home a fourth place spot, and then Lenny Orr in the number 8 car comes home in fifth. Your winner, let's hear it for Dale Beatty. Congratulations, figure eight win. Your second feature win last week in the B feature. Car ran pretty good tonight. Couldn't quite get around Laney there, but here in the figure eight, picked up the W. Congrats.
Thanks.
Well, the car. Do you make many changes to run from the oval track to the figure eight? Really?
No, just tire adjustment, tire pressure.
Probably put a little more in that left side since you're going to be making the right-hand turns.
Yeah, we run 12 and a half in the left front. We pump it up to like 30.
It was a good few years since you really raced, and you came back this year, kind of got the kids involved a little bit. Good to see you back. Going to race again in 14?
Probably Chase more than me.
All right, good deal. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you.
Dale Beatty, driver of the 75, winning tonight's figure eight feature. And I think we've got next our trailer race.
All right, Adam. Ready to be some carnage. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. What you ready for? This little event called a trailer race?
I don't know if this is going to be a good idea, as good of an idea as it was a week ago.
We're going to bunch them up. Nobody else is down here to line up these things. We're going to bunch up to the good side. That's good to 21. Some of them don't even have numbers on. This is a 57. My goodness. I don't even know if Kyle's on here. He isn't on here, so we'll get him down. That's down to 5. North of 5. There goes Director.
Getting the vehicles rolling. Slowed pace, caution still out. We'll get them bunched up. We'll get them bunched up for this 10-lap feature event in the trailer vehicles. So Joe Fuchs at a stop down in turn 1, field taking formation, 10 laps the distance in our trailer race. Fuchs who is stopped down in turn 1 out of the vehicle, and it looks like that's where it's going to be.
That deer gets to me.
Joe Fuchs at a stop down in turn 1, field taking formation, 10 laps the distance in our trailer race.
Hey guys, going fishing. Look at that. Hey Adam.
Yes, go Chris.
If you see any white smoke coming out of this number 1,
Race fans, everybody stay back from the fence. There will be debris flying, so make sure to stay back from the fence. It's going to be a wild one. If you get your trailer knocked off, you are eliminated. The caution lights are turned out. We are ready for green. Here we go, fans. The caution lights are out, the green in the hand, and we're ready to go. Trailer race, Midvale Speedway, final event of the season. Van Fossen in the lead. Look out. Down into the corner. Around the chicane they go. Chicane right in the middle of the track. Balloons everywhere for all of those celebrating birthdays tonight, including Cassie Bailey. Happy 16th. Is the photographer's granddaughter, Dan's granddaughter, Cassie Bailey. As we ride around this Midvale Speedway Oval, looks like most of the trailers still on. Teddy Oliver trying to take off one of the trailers. Uh-oh, trouble, and off goes one of the camper trailers down into the third corner. The 3 behind Kyle Gruhl, the truck, the Northeast. Uh-oh. Here goes the camper of Gruhl. It's able to stay on. Oh, carnage down in the corner. All kinds of carnage into the camper. Vehicles everywhere. Teddy Oliver, I think, stopped up along the outside wall. Van Fossen in the car leading the way. The 22 of Rector in second. And the Northeast Outdoors vehicle of Chad Matthias is third. So they're heading down the backstretch. The car and the following two trucks. Then Gruel in the 199 is a lap down. I think Thad Rosenberry still on the lookout on the backstretch. We've got him 4 wide and the track is almost blocked. Got a light on one of the trucks, the Rosenberry truck lit. Van Fossen still leading. Rector is now second. Our Northeast Outdoors still carrying the trailer. Whatever was on it is gone. I think it's the deer. The leapfrogging deer gone from the Northeast Outdoors trailer. And he's still in third. But again, Rector has taken the lead. Oh, the car is going to run out of room. I think Van Fossen has been shuffled back in the car. Van Fossen is in second. He follows Rector in the 22. They just crossed the line at the end of 4. 6 to go. Northeast Outdoors is running. Look out. All kinds of stuff everywhere on the front straightaway. Oh, look at this. We got Shook Auto carrying a Blazer down the front stretch. He's going to save fuel. They're carpooling. Carnage everywhere. There's the 2 leaders from the front straightaway again. 5 laps in, 5 to go. Those 2 down in 1 and 2. Right now, your leaders, Van Fossen and Rector. Trailer still attached. Those 2 a lap down. The Northeast Outdoors is third. The 01 is fourth. 01 is Aaron Morris. We have lost a boat. A capsized boat down in 1 and 2. Bubba Smith is out. He's lost his trailer.
You talk about carnage, Adam. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, you're going to stick around and help us clean it up?
Absolutely.
There went a boat. There went another boat. Spin the boat down in turn number 2. So Van Fossen still leading in the car in the outside lane. Rector is in second. In the truck, he's not far behind. The green truck, the 01, was third. I think he's been eliminated. And he's still trying to eliminate boats and trailers. So the 01 is done. He doesn't know it yet. Carnage, carnage, and more carnage. This racetrack is a mess. We're going to bring the late models down for a third feature at the end of this one. Oh, there went the truck, the boat and trailer off of the Rector machine. Rector is gone. I think Feaster in the 18 might be up to the number 3, make it the number 2 spot now. There went Van Fossen. Van Fossen, I think Feaster is winning in the 18. Feaster, your new leader in the green 18. Lap 9 coming up on the green 18 of Stephen Feaster. Feaster has taken the lead. White flag for the bright green 18 of Stephen Feaster. Look at the backstretch. Look at the carnage. Gruel. Oh, inside the camper, another truck. And more. Oh, Feaster, the leader, up into it. Shook Auto, is he in the lead now? Has Shook Auto taken the lead? Shook Auto has taken the lead. Shook Auto through 3 and 4. It's Casey Weber in the Shook Auto ride. Right here, checkered flag. Shook Auto wins. Barely a trailer left on that one. Northeast going to be in the second spot, coming off of 3 and 4. Chad Matthias, and I think Rosenberry in the 2 is going to be in third. Unbelievable trailer race. Carnage everywhere. The 01 obviously doesn't realize he lost his trailer about a month ago. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That puts an exclamation point on the end of the 2013 season here at Midvale Speedway. Big thanks to Budweiser. The Shook Auto truck of Casey Weber wins. Second, Chad Matthias in the Northeast Outdoors truck. He lost his leapfrogging deer, but he still claims the victory as the trailer was still attached. And finishing third was Thad Rosenberry in the Rosenberry Towing number 2. Thank you so much, race fans, for coming out. What a wild trailer race tonight. What a good night of racing action, and what a great season we've had, and it's all been made possible because of our great sponsors, because of Randy and Sue, because of our officials, because of you race fans, most of all, for coming out to support us each and every Saturday night at Midvale Speedway. We will be back in 2014 for another great year of racing action with our late models, our modifieds, our pure stocks, the compacts, and the mini trucks. Keep posted on Facebook. Keep posted on midvalespeedway.com for details on the upcoming 2014 campaign here at Midvale Speedway. Thanks again for coming out. Chris, thanks for working with me all season long. Appreciate it this year.
Man, I'll tell you what, Adam, we had a blast all season long. I appreciate you and Randy and Sue and everybody letting me do this. Looking forward to next year already.
Looking forward to it, no doubt. Doesn't seem like the season should be over at this point.
Hey, you was winning, dude. Look, this guy was winning. Lead the race right into this white flag. Dude, that would have been $700 in pocket if you made 2.
Yeah, I should have rolled those still running. I
kind of felt bad for the. Oh well. I have it all on video. You see my
Hey, Brian, hold up your truck. Hold up your truck. Or let's say, you show the wall. Yeah, get your man. Come right here. Come right here. We'll put this here.